Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Jaylen Brown.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is a champion, but he said, growing up, I never thought about titles. I just wanted to be the best player I could be. When I got to the league, I was listening to all the noise, and it was taking control of my mind. For me, mentally, I have to just focus on my craft. Guys, the results have flown since then.
Clearly. David, thank you. So the Nets starting 5. Durant is out there with Bruce Brown.
Here we go.
Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Irving. And it's Curry in at the 2. And for Boston, outside the wings are Brown and Tatum. Horford is out there with Williams. And it's Smart in at the point guard position. And with the postseason looming, Greg, any change in approach for the playoff contenders?
Goal number 1 is health. Outside of that, you're looking at seeding, trying to fine-tune, and just getting dialed in for what could be a long road.
Now here's Drummond. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
If you look at the leaders in rebounding, it's almost a sure thing that Drummond's name is going to be near the top of that list. That's the kind of impact on the boards he's made over his career.
And that one misses. And Greg, when it comes to players who've led the league in rebounding, very few have done it as many times as Drummond.
And of the guys that have done it more than twice, like Andre, I've got some good news for him. Every one of them is either in the Hall of Fame or soon will be.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. It's Brown on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Smart against Irving. Driving inside. And the rejection by Tatum. Clock at 4. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Curry can't get it to go. And so Horford will bring it up for Boston. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Here's Curry with the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Brown with it. He's picked up by Irving. Good.
I think that's where Brown is at his best, guys. He's a muscular athlete who loves finishing strong through contact.
KD passes to Drummond. It's Brown on the wing. Back to Durant. Lets it go from deep. Shot's good. Brown making the play.
And it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Williams sets a screen for Smart. Pass to Brown. Baseline try. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And on the way from Irving for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Left side, Brown. Down it goes, his 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And Brown is just so physically imposing. I mean, especially inside where he usually gets whatever he wants.
Passes to Brown. Back to KD. Nets passing it around. Irving kicks to Curry. No good on the 3. 3-pointer. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Drummond. It's a tie ball game.
as dead-eye and outside shooter that we have in the league, Irving has the ability to scorch you from there.
Tie game in Boston. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Plenty of scoring on this team, but Kyrie Irving knows he's always got the green light.
Coach just wants me to be aggressive, to set the tone early in the game, and that kind of sets up all my teammates and sets the standard for the rest of the game and how I want the game to go.
Agreed, and for an NBA defense, few more scary, Greg, than Kyrie Irving with his foot on the gas.
Yeah, because he doesn't just score on you. When he gets in that mode, Irving can make you look silly.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So for Brooklyn now, Dragic is out there with Mills. Then it's James Johnson. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Thomas in at the 3 slot. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thank you for the baton, Kevin. Kyrie Irving, of course, marches to the beat of his own drum. At times, that might rub people the wrong way, but Kyrie says, I've learned lessons from it. That's the most beautiful and exciting part, just the growth. What I'm saying is, it's always been bigger than the game for me. And guys, you have to respect his willingness to go it alone.
You do indeed, D.A. Thank you for that portrait. And Big Ben's roles have adjusted Clark in today's game. You take a young Clark Kent and put him in this style of play, what adjustments would he make?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin. I would love to play this up and down, wide open style of basketball. I'm just not sure if I'd be athletic enough to make it happen, but it is more of a face-up rather than post-up game. And maybe I could be part of a small ball lineup, creating havoc with big guys trying to guard me on the perimeter.
Here's Pritchard. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
Boy, there's that hair trigger release on Patty Mills. No hesitation. Catch, shoot, mark it up.
Tatum passes to Pritchard. Back to Tatum. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Dragic. Buries the long-range jumper.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Now, here's Thomas. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Back to Mills. Outside for Thomas, to the right side. Mills dishes to Griffin. Over Tice. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Mills. Griffin's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Dragic. Pritchard passes to White. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. From the wing. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Mills has got the lead up to 4 now for Brooklyn. The 3 from Tatum. Knocks down the 3 ball. Tatum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Good to see Tatum square himself up and knock down those pull-up jumpers. When he does that, unguarded.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets lead by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
There is never a shortage of NBA action, so let's first take a look at some of the scores around the league. Shaq, what do you have to say to people who think you're a critic of this generation?
Well, first of all, I have G14 classification. If you don't know what that means, look it up. And Ernie, I just give out constructive criticism. It's all in the perspective, Ernie. It's all out of love.
Is that what you call it?
Yes, G14. People who don't know take it the wrong way and they get their feeling hurt. It's not my problem.
And guys, moving on to the Brooklyn Nets. It's been an even game so far.
They put a big effort in the rebounding battle, working to corral every miss. That's the hustle you love to see. If they can maintain this approach, it'll give them the edge in other areas of the game.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more Hoops action.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
The Nets with the lead. Smart in the backcourt with Brown to his side. Rob Williams is out there with Horford, and it's Tatum in at the small forward position. That's the Boston Five. Now here's Durant. His offensive numbers jump right off the screen at you. He's averaging over 29 points a game.
You know, sometimes you just assume this shot is falling before it goes in. Durant's outside jumper is that deadly.
And here is Horford following the three from Kevin Durant.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Irving passes to Drummond. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Outside for KD. Clock is at 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Just was a step beyond the half-court line. Durant, a threat to let it fly. Great range.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Smart passes to Tatum. 1:52 left in the third. Outside, Smart. This one for 3. That one, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. KD finds Brown. Drummond working against Williams. The kick out to Irving. There's the pass to KD. On the wing, Brown. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Tatum with it. He's picked up by Irving. Tatum looking around. And they recover it. They get the rebound.
Well, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. One of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. And that one drops for him.
Hey, when Seth Curry sees holes in the defense, he pounces on them.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Or for double team. Deflects the pass. Durant with it. Williams picks him up. Lobbed up there for KD. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Boy, a dynamic wing with freakish length. Durant is the ideal alley-oop target.
Brown against Tatum. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
Here's Irving. From deep. And it's Durant missing. White drives in. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Nets.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Both teams will make substitutions.
At the line for your Celtics, Derek White. At the line with 1 shot.
You know, White was a late first-round pick in 2017, and I think he brought a little edge, plays with a chip on his shoulder, and it served him well. That can actually be the case for a lot of players in the league.
Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to...
The previous play is under...
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
Yeah, and the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing up the footage for the officials on the floor. The new process is making for quicker turnarounds.
After the review, the challenge is successful.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hand.
And even if they don't show it, I know the refs are proud of themselves after the replay proves them right. They're like, see, we had it right all along, so good call, fellas.
And so it's Brooklyn in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We come back right after this.
Come on, fans.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us.
Make some noise.
Celtics trail by 8, setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Irving. Johnson is out there with Curry. And it's Mills. And it's Aldridge in at center. Here's Brown. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And, you know, really, guys, Brown is very talented at knocking down shots, even when getting hit.
Personal foul.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Brooklyn.
And they've made the long range look like a layup at times in this one.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
That free throw good from Brown.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
Irving kicks to Curry. Irving against White. Kicks it out to Johnson. Aldridge left side. It's rebounded by Tice.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now Irving, after the missed three from Derek White, and he gets it to go.
Boy, Aldridge commands so much defensive attention. There's bound to be somebody open on every possession, and this time, LaMarcus finds him.
Now here's Brown. Aldridge with some nice deep.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside
in the game.
Curry.
2 minutes.
Back to Johnson. Nets passing it around. Curry deciding where to go with it. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Feeds it to Irving. Takes the three. The rebound by the Celtics. To the wing on the left. Down against Irving. And stolen by Aldridge. Now here's Mills. He's guarded closely. Johnson, the pass to Aldridge. Lets it go with a three. Johnson gets the bucket. And now a 10-point Nets lead.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
All right, look who's coming on up to the court. Come on and get loud. Here are the Celtics dancers. coming out onto the court. Come on and get loud. Here are the Celtics dancers.
And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that, coming off a bunch of losses in a row. They turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. During the last break, got to listen in on Ime Udoka's huddle with his team. He told his guys, that team is not going to give it to us. We have to take it. That means staying aggressive and playing with no fear. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
3 points.
Durant's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets. Brown against Tatum. Shot to stop the run, and Brown is good for 3.
Hey, guys, you're not going to slow down Brown when he's scoring the ball like this. I mean, he's simply on a tear right now.
Curry gets the bucket.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. This is the most they've led by 13 points. Curry kicks to Durant. Curry on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Smart with the ball. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyrie, a top-tier matchup. I wonder if you circled this one on the calendar.
Every game is like that for us.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.